What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Funko 411. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about ad icons, and as you can see, I have a whole bunch of them here on screen for you to take a look at. But we're going to go through my personal top 10 list of the best ad icons that Funko has ever made. I'm excited to get into this, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so before we jump into the list, I just want to say that this is obviously going to be my own personal top 10 list of what I think are the best ad icon Funko Pops that they've made so far. I do want to hear what you all think though, so leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your top, 1, 2, 3 are, especially if you think there's one that I overlooked, maybe one that I didn't give enough credit to. But anyway, just a few ground rules before we get into the list. This is only going to include Pops that are in the ad icons line. So that means stuff like the Moon Person or Bill Nye, who are on the icons line, are not going to be on this list. I'm also not going to be including Pops from the Foodies line, so stuff like this macaroni and cheese blue box or the White Castle slider are not going to make the top 10 list. And I'm also not going to be including Pops from the candy line. I think that the Sour Patch Kids might be the only ones from this list. I really wanted to include this Pop in the top 10, but I don't think it's actually an ad icon. It's not actually in the line, so I figured I'd just show it off real quick, but not gonna make it onto the ad icon list today. Now that we covered what won't make the list, let's go ahead and get into the top 10. Alright, to kick off our top 10, we have Mr. Owl from the Tootsie Roll Pop commercials. I mean, it doesn't really get much more iconic than that, and I really did try my best to pick characters that were ones that I can vividly remember from commercials or from ads. And, who doesn't remember the commercials where it was, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 3.
It's a great ad icon. They did a really good job with the figure. So there is Mr. Owl coming in at number 10. Number 9, we got another great one. We got Kool-Aid Man. Now this is one that you can get for pretty cheap. This one is just a, it wasn't an exclusive Pop or anything. They didn't make 50 different versions of him where he's flocked or diamond or anything like that. So this is just the regular old Kool-Aid Man. But again, it's an iconic character. You remember immediately him bursting through the wall and the oh yeah.
Oh yeah, here comes Kool-Aid, here comes Kool-Aid, I'm gonna save the day.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that one. So there is Kool-Aid Man. At number 8, we actually have a 3-pack. I picked out Snap, Crackle, Pop for our number 8 spot. I just love this 3-pack. I'm not really a big fan of when they do multi-packs, but I have really enjoyed some of the 2 and 3 packs that they've done, and this is one of them. This is the Rice Krispies Snap, Crackle, Pop. They just did a really good job on the characters. Again, just kind of, very nostalgic, brings you back.
Snap, crackle, pop, makes the world go round.
That is our number 8. At number 7, we've got Buzz the Bee from Honey Nut Cheerios. Another really great Pop. This one I remember pretty vividly being one of the last really highly desired ad icons that was released as a Funko Shop drop. This one sold out super quick. Back when was this? This was 2018. After that they kind of went through a run of some of the lesser known ad icons that are still really good ones, but this was definitely one that people had been waiting on and they wanted to see.
It's time to tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey.
This bee has something here.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
But anyway, there's Buzz the Bee. He's coming in at number 7. At number 6, we are going with Tony the Tiger with the sunglasses.
Pretty good, huh?
Good, very good.
Show off you're a tiger. Show what you can do. Taste of Tony's busted face.
Wow.
Brings out the tiger in you.
Now, I did have the other two versions of Tony the Tiger back in the day, but I did sell them. I really wish I wouldn't have, but this is why sometimes it is nice when Funko does some of these variations, because you can kind of recapture pops that you ended up selling. So they did, you know, a Hollywood exclusive where they gave them the sunglasses, and it kind of gave people who didn't get the original ones the chance to add this character to their collection. I mean, yeah, another iconic character, perfect for our number 6 spot. Alright, before we get into the top 5, I did want to show you a few that barely missed the list. And you know, some of these are probably ones that would make a lot of people's top 10, so that's why I wanted to include them. The first 3 that I have are obvious ones. These are the first 3 in the Ad Icon line. You've got the original Count Chocula, the original Frankenberry, and the original Booberry. These 3 are kind of what started it all. So I couldn't, you know, do a video like this with at least showing these 3 off. So these were from back in 2011, but Funko did kind of revisit these cereal monsters. And in 2018, they made this little set that was the cereal monsters with the bowls. So you can see Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Booberry all have the cereal bowls. And then a few others that I had a hard time not including in the top 10 were Sonny the Cuckoo, Trix Rabbit, and Lucky the Leprechaun. Trix was probably the one that I had the hardest time not including.
At last, sweet, delicious Trix, the fruity part of my complete breakfast. Wow, delicious, yummy, awesome, stupendous.
Tricks are for kids, silly rabbit.
He probably would have ended up being in like the number 11 or really close number 10, but those didn't make it, so I wanted to still show them off. So there are those 3. And then finally, I had a little bit of a mishmash here of Bullseye, Toucan Sam, and Milton the Toaster. These were just another few that I thought were really great, well done ad icons, but they didn't quite crack the top 10. At number 5, we've got Yummy Mummy from the Monster Cereals line. This one was limited to just 2,500 pieces. Came out in 2017, so it's got a little bit of age on it now, but it's definitely worth a good amount just because of how rare it was. A little bit harder to find back then. The other one in the pair was Fruit Brute, and I decided not to put Fruit Brute on the list, but I do have it, so if you want to take a look at Fruit Brute, there he is. But Yummy Mummy is going to be the one in our top 5 spots.
Fruity yummy mummy, makes your tummy go yummy.
So number 4 is going to be a little bit of a unique one. I did a 3-way tie with these Chester Cheetahs because I really like all 3 of them just as much. If I really had to pick, I think I would choose the Flamin' Hot Chester Cheetah because I really like how they have the flame base for that one.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos, anyone?
Flamin' Hot Cheetos, so hot, careful where you eat them.
The Funko Hollywood exclusive one is really cool too because he has the bag of Cheetos in his hand. And then of course you have the Diamond Edition. The Diamond always looks really good, so there's the Funko Shop exclusive one, that's the Diamond Edition. But 3-way tie for our number 4 spot is gonna be Chester Cheetah. Alright, for number 3, I'm going to cheat a little bit again, and I'm going to do a tie for our 3rd spot. It's going to be Fred Flintstone with the Fruity Pebbles and Barney Rubble with the Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles, yabba dabba delicious.
These are just really great ones that I'm actually surprised took them so long to make because of the popularity of Fred and Barney. The pops for the Flintstones are wildly popular and expensive, so it was really nice when they released these as an alternative to getting the Flintstone pops because they are ad icons. They are icons from those commercials, from Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles, and these are great ones, and that's why I put them in at our number 3 spot. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Pillsbury Doughboy.
Nothing says lovin' like my chocolatey chip cookies.
This is another one that I remember people kind of clamoring for and wondering when Funko was ever going to make this pop because it's just a really popular, iconic character from commercials. And you know, once they made this one, and I think they realized that they had a kind of a gold mine on their hand. They went ahead and made a Christmas one and an Easter one, you know, a few other random Pillsbury Doughboy variations, but this is the original. This is the first one, and this is my favorite of the bunch. So that's why I put it at the number 2 spot. Alright, so coming in at the top of my list is Jeffrey from Toys R Us. This was an easy number 1 for me. You know, it's kind of sad that Toys R Us isn't around anymore. You can't go visit the stores, at least not in the United States, because they're all closed down, but I definitely remember visiting Toys R Us quite frequently as a kid, and this is just a nice way to keep some of that memory alive. I think a lot of collectors love this pop for that exact reason, and that rounds up our top 10 list. Coming in at number 1 is Jeffrey. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, especially if you had ones that you thought I missed or that you thought should have been on the list. I hope you liked it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the channel already. That way you get notified when I post new videos and stuff like that. Hit the like button, do all that stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.
I wanna grow up.